Hey guys. Hey there guys, welcome back. I'm edcgunner, and today I want to talk to you about Grail watches. As you can see from the title, I did not come up with this idea. First I saw TG did a video about it, his Grail watches. Then Federico Talks Watches followed suit, both great channels, check them out. And I decided I want to do one as well. So it kind of brings you back to the memory, it brings you back to the childhood when you were just a little boy, when I was a little boy, and spent half a day of daydreaming. Oh, I wish I had a bike. Oh, I wish I had it. And then imagining my life with it. And you know the story. So I never thought much about the Grail watches, so I needed to compile a list. I usually do not do lists, but I had so much fun doing this. I did it, and I was daydreaming how it would be like to live with this or that. I hope you can catch the gist. So I had lots of fun, and because of that, I want you to write me in the comment section down below I wanna hear your grails for the next year, for 2019 and beyond, of course. And not because I just want to see, because I want to pick your brains and I want to learn about some new watches, and I want to find something else. Maybe it becomes my grail as well. So I made a list. For me, the Grail watch is the one that, oh my god, I'm not gonna have it. But to be more fun, I made a normal Grails watch like those. Some of the watches that are unobtainable, like I can never have that watch, type of those watches, like I don't know, $100, $1,000 watch, and some normal watches which are a bit more realistic for me to get. Either way, I would be over the moon to get any of the watches from this list. So yeah, let's just start it. Let's just start with the first, the list of the watches that are like normal grails, not obtainable, but just on your Grail watches. And last year I got a Grail watch, and it was really something, and it's not on this list. So yeah, I do have, as you know, I do have a Datejust. It's a vintage 36mm Datejust. I have a Submariner, almost, it's gonna be a vintage, it's early 1916 610, and I feel that good Rolex, mini Rolex collection would be 16 710 GMT Pepsi, or a Coke, or a modern one, or a ceramic, but somehow I prefer the pre-ceramic GMT Pepsis, and I think it would be pretty sweet to have 16610 and 16710. It doesn't have to be that reference. I do love the Coke bezel, and white dial Coke, I wouldn't mind. And let me tell you the story. First time, I never liked Pepsi that much, or Coke, but a couple years ago I went on Croatia, on one of the islands, on a vacation with my girlfriend then, and on the ferry we needed to move to the island with the ferry, and there was this guy. He had his Mercedes on, he had his girl, she had a two-tone Datejust with diamond dial, and then there it flashed on. He had a lot of tan because it was summer, and I had a lot of tan, but and then flashed the Pepsi on the wrist, and the vial, as I like to call it. And it was immediately, I said, oh my god, I want that watch. It's so much nicer on someone's wrist in the wild. And ever since then, I do crave, and I would love to have a GMT Pepsi, ideally 16710, because I kind of like that theme, 16610, 16710, and we'll see from that one. So yeah, that's one of my normal Grail watches. It may happen, it may not happen, but it definitely is my Grail watch. Now, Moving out of the normal Grail watches, I have those watches that I would really love to have to see in my collection one day. And first of those watches is the AP Royal Oak, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Doesn't matter the reference. It could be 15 4500 or 15500, the new one. 39 mil, 38, I don't know. But the story is, when I first got into watches, when I first learned, when I first got my first automatic watch, then I googled it, learned from Watch Snob. Watch Snob, I got my early watch education from a Watch Snob and on watch forums, and I never thought much of that watch. Also, you can see the repeating theme of this one. I never thought much of that AP Royal Oak classic design much, but over the time I learned to love it, and I love it enough that I think it's one of my favorite watches of all time. You need to see it in person to appreciate its beauty. Lots of people fail to see its beauty, but I absolutely do love the classic Royal Oak AP. Not the offshore, not all that mumbo jumbo crap. I just want the classic 10 AP Royal Oak on a iconic bracelet, and I think you cannot do much better than that. It's just absolutely amazing watch in my eyes, and I would definitely love to have it. Uh, Absolutely. Another watch that I would really love to have is Calatrava. Uh, Again, when I first learned about watches, I wanted to have Submariner, Calatrava, and AP, and I don't know else, but Calatrava, Patek Philippe Calatrava, doesn't matter which one, what color. I don't like the rose gold that much, but yellow gold, white gold, manual wound. The one thing I would prefer, it would be no date. No date would be great for me. Other than that, I would so love to have a Patek Philippe Calatrava elegant on my wrist. Not those smaller ones, maybe 38 mils would be a perfect size. I saw one with 33 mils, and that's not for me. So yeah, some modern reference, Calatrava would be one of my Grail watches. And I know you are slagging off AC3 for getting Calatrava, but I understand him. I love Calatravas. Also, Aquanaut is one of those watches that can fall into that category, but at the end of the day, Calatrava is a bit more, but I wouldn't mind having Aquanaut. But I cannot say it's my Grail watch. I think Nautilus is a bit more my Grail watch, just because of the bracelet and everything. And another of those regular Grail watches for me would be Day-Date, Rolex President or Rolex Day-Date. I have the Datejust, and I do love the Day-Dates. White gold Day-Date with the Roman numerals, stick numerals, Arabic numerals, doesn't matter. I would prefer it to be 36 mil quick set date. Yellow gold, white gold does not matter. Champagne dial, but not that yellow champagne, white dial. Let's just call it white pearl dial. I think that would be amazing. And out of all those watches I mentioned here, I think I have the best shot of getting a Day-Date because they are not that popular like all the other Rolex watches, and I do absolutely love them. I do enjoy wearing my Datejust, and 36 mil is where it's at for Datejust and Day-Date for me, for my wrist, and for my opinion. I think it's just classic and needs no introduction. I would love to have it a quick set. That's one of the reasons, but I wouldn't mind. Now I covered all the Grail watches for me, which I would love to have in my collection one day. Hopefully I will have. Now I want to talk about those crazy Grail watches that I will never have, and I never say never. And at the end, I will talk about some of the normal Grail watches, which I will probably have this year, maybe sooner or later or sooner, I don't know. But these talk watches I've talked so far, these are my absolute on the wish list watches. So if I would ever get the lottery, I would get all of these watches. You may notice there's no Rolex Batman on my list because I like the G&T Pepsi or Coke. Coke is even better. Now, crazy unobtainable watches. It has to be a Langen's on Datograph or a Patek Philippe 5170. Either one of those is absolutely worth your money. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it. Just gonna put it out there. Datograph, Patek Philippe Manual 1 chronograph 5170 or something of that sort would be a smashing deal. So also I want to put that in that category because Nautilus, Patek Philippe Nautilus, has gone up in the prices lately, and in that kind of money you can get a Nautilus as well. So yeah, I would love to have Patek Philippe Nautilus. Great jeans and t-shirt watch. Don't you agree, guys? I would actually, thinking about it now, I would really want to put Nautilus at the top of my list of all of these watches I mentioned so far. I know it's a polarizing watch. Some people don't like it, some people love it, but that is what it is. Now, let's talk about some of the normal watches I can get, and I should be able to get if the money is right, the price is right. And one of those normal watches would be a Omega Moon watch. I'm not too crazy about Omega Moon watch, but I have to admit it's a fantastic piece, and no collection is complete without Omega Moon watch. It's a great chronograph with lots of history, heritage, and all that. And but put that all aside, it's just a freaking awesome looking watch, and you can have so much fun with straps with that watch. Also, Seamaster 300, the weight dial, the ceramic one, it's pretty sweet watch. Get it into a Seamaster 300, get it into a bull version, ceramic bull version with those waved zircon dial, and great vacation watch, great everyday watch, just a fantastic looking watch. And also no date Submariner ceramic. Speaking of ceramic, Seamaster ceramic, and the no date Submariner ceramic is one of those watches I haven't put on the list, but I would love to have it just because it's an no date, and ceramic has a so much better bracelet than the vintage one that I have of the. And another watch which is really something that I'm on the fence. One day I love it, one day I don't love it, but that's the Explorer 2 Power, or black one. I saw Power in person, black one I haven't had the opportunity to check out, but Explorer 2 or Explorer 1. Explorer 2, Explorer 1 does not matter. It would be one of my Grail watches. And I think I would be very happy having the Explorer 2. So I just want to put that out there. And the next watch is the watch that I don't have mixed feelings about. Sometimes I love Explorer, sometimes I think it's a bit plain. But Cartier tank, every day, middle of the night waking me up, do you love it? I do love it. I don't know what's about with that watch. It's so elegant and so simple. Whether it's American or Francaise or I don't know, even Santos, but I just love that overall aesthetics of the Cartier tank, and beauty and elegance, and there's something about them that really floats my boat, and I would definitely love to have it. So yeah, oh, I mentioned lots of watches here, guys. So yeah, just one watch out of all this list, I think the Nautilus would really make me happy because it's a good all-round watch, and it's one of those watches that you don't need other watch to have in your collection at all. It can go everywhere: formal, casual, t-shirt, jeans, seaside, pool. Nautilus can handle it, everything, and it's a surprising, but it's just me, it's just my grails. I know I'm not gonna have it, I'm not gonna get it, so I do have, that's why I have these normal watches: Omega, Seamaster, Cartier, maybe Explorer, No Date, Submariner, and those normal watches, and that's why I placed Nautilus in one of those unobtainable brackets. But at the end of the day, you never know, guys. So I never say never, and I never limit myself. I never like to say, oh no, I'm not gonna have it, because I was talking about Reverso, the Grand Date Reverso I got. It was my Grail watch, and things happened, stars aligned, everything got clicked into place, and I was able to get it. So you never know. It's good to have something, and you need to put it on your list. Things, I learned that from Brian Tracy. Puts everything you want to have on the list, everything you want to achieve on the list, and you can see this list as nothing fancy. I just jot it down, and I'm gonna keep this list. I'm not gonna rewrite it or anything. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna jot it down, and hopefully this year I'm gonna do a tick for at least any of these watches. Would be amazing. And yeah, what I want to say is never stop dreaming. Don't save too much. Live and make more money. Go to school, learn if you're a student, work hard in school. If you are you have a job, try to get an extra job, save up every little bit of money, set aside for a watch fund, for emergency fund, for all those funds. It's always good to have some spare money, cash laying around. And once you have enough money to get a watch, you should, I think, you should have at least twice that money. If your watch costs 4K, you need to have 8 grand in your account, so you are very comfortable once you get it. But also, do not be afraid to buy used. Do not be afraid to use the opportunity that presents itself for you. Don't be too sometimes you have to be bold and go and grab it. Grab the bull by the balls or the horns, whatever. So yeah, that's it. These were my Grail watches for 2019. Yeah, right. For my life and beyond. And the Grail watches change a lot, and they change every day. And I do love changes. Changes are always a good thing. And please do write me in the comment section what are your Grail watches. And see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe this video, all that good YouTube stuff. And I'm edcgunner signing.